Hola, ¿qué tal? Voice coach Gabriel Burrafato here, founder of GB Voice Academy and creator of the patent-pending sound map system that is helping thousands master the American accent. I work with people all over the world, presidents, CEOs of big major corporations, and I'm here to help you get an edge on your American accent. And on this video, I want to focus on the Hispanic accent. Sentence, sentence, show versus show. I have a bit of a link to it. Of course, I am Hispanic American. My first language is Spanish, so here we go. But before we do, please remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, hit the notification bell so you can have access to all of these videos available to all of my subscribers. And make sure you see this whole video because we're actually going to do physical exercises to help bring the Latino sound to the American sound. So stick with me here and be patient because we're going to do this together. Now, the method that I use to teach is going from what we know to where we want to be. So let's review the sounds of the Latin language. For example, a, e, I, o, u. We hear this all the time in school. A, e, I, o, u. Every A is pronounced A, every E is pronounced E, and so on. We know that. So what I find is that when I'm teaching Hispanics how to master the American accent, they stick with what they know. They are not able to modify from where they're at to where they need to be. So let's focus on that in this video. One by one, we're gonna go through every Latino sound and go from where it's at, where we need to be, and how we have to modify it. Okay, so starting with the first one, A, right? Hablar, comprar, mandar, tomar, a. Now the American sound, this particular American sound that we need to modify to is what I have in my sound map system, target number 1, which is the ah target. And when you see on the map system, it's up here. Very bright and forward sound. It's a sound that Latinos are not used to making. Ah. Try it. I want you to smile and I want you to open up the cavity of your nose and let the air go through that to create the sound. So we're gonna lift and hit the nose. Ah, ah. Feels weird, doesn't it? Your body is saying, ¿Por qué estás haciendo? What are you doing? This is weird. People are gonna laugh at you. You can't walk around in public saying that. But this is how Americans speak. Wow, fantastic. Happy birthday. I'm glad to know you. Have you talked to Samantha lately? Ah. Okay, try it one more time. Let's smile, open up the cavity of your nose and go, ah. So again, we're going from the Latino to ah. So let's slowly make that transition from to ah. And how we're gonna do that is, again, we're gonna bring in the smile and go forward up into the nose. Here we go. Ah, abuela, hablar. Ah, ah. It has to feel intrusive. It has to feel embarrassing. Because again, your body is fighting you. It's now used to making these American sounds. And like I say in all of my videos and in my program is that you have to look at mastering the American accent like going to the gym. By hitting these American targets over and over and over again until your body stops fighting you. One more time. Let's go from Latino A to the American target number 1, ah. 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 Got it? Let's do some words on the ah, target 1. After, ask, task, fantastic, absolutely, happy. You see how bright and forward that sound is? Because when we do the Latino version, happy, happy verde, apple, Africa, Samantha, we hear the Latino ah. So now we know we need to modify to target 1, okay? Great. Practice that every day. Moving on to the next vowel, e. The Latino e tends to be stuck more up here in the nose. Usted, comer, What we want to do is we want to bring that Latino e into the American which in my target system is called target 6. Friend. Never, get, target 6. So now let's go from the Latino E to the American E. This is more in the throat, more forward, away from behind your nose and more in front of your teeth. So let's make that transition. Let's go from the Latino E. One more time. So we want to have it come out from the throat more forward versus right? My friend, my friend. Sentence, sentence. You see the difference? All it is a modification into target 6. Let's go through some words. Wednesday, went, where, never, beg, head, men. You see how specific that is versus ming, freng, wing. It's pretty obvious, right? When we go from what we know to where we need to go. Let's go to the next Latino sound. E. E. We know this. But what we have to make sure we know the difference from the which in my target system is target 7, to the E, which is target 4 in my system. Because Latinos, we mix them up. The I from the E, for example, important versus important. Insist versus insist. The is forward, similar to the but more lifted, up sort of under the nose. Now I have a separate video on how to master the and the E sound. I advise you to check it out because it gives you exercises on how to master it. So let's go from the E sound to the sound. Here we go. E. One more time. E. Right? Important versus important. Listen versus leasing. You see the difference? See how the 4 vibrates here and the 7 is very forward. Insist versus insist. Okay? Now, I don't want to dwell too much on this because we have other things to cover, but check out that video. I'm going to link it after this video so you could practice the 4 and the 7 thing, which is a big thing among Latinos. Let's go to the next Latino sound. O, foto, nuevo, o, juego, o. Now, this Latino sound is something we need to modify to the American sound, which in my target system is target number 11, which is the O sound. So there's 2 elements to this. It's not just O, we're adding something else to that. We're adding an oo at the end of that Latino O. So try it with me. O. One more time. O. We know O, we know oo, now we just got to combine it. For example, own versus on. Open versus open. I know versus I know. You see the difference? See how we're just adding something to it to make it more American? We're going from what we know to where we need to be. So then it's not so overwhelming. It's like, this is so confusing and hard. No, it's just little modifications here and there. And again, practicing it over and over and over again until your muscles give in and let you produce those American sounds. Let's go through some words with the 11 target. Show versus show. Tone versus ton. Both. Loan. Woke. No. Home. Comb. Great. Practice those every day. If you find yourself hitting the one element of O, remember you got to tack on that extra oo to create the target 11 sound, which is O. Now our last one, which is the U. This is a Latino sound that we're familiar with, right? Usted, usar, comunicar, u. The only modification we're doing to this one is we're elongating it. That's all. Ooh versus ooh. And in my target system, this is target number 9. Ooh. And this is a target that we plug in the Latino ooh versus the American ooh. For example, fruit versus fruit. Pool versus pool. Tuesday versus Tuesday. So all we're doing is we're elongating that 9 a little bit to create more of the American sound. Think of it like a surfer dude. Dude, man, those are smooth rides. That's all it is. It's all we got to add to it to make it sound more American. Let's go through some words and practice. Soup, noon, tune, choose, smooth, music, blue, groom. So true. So you see how it's not as hard as you think. It's just about getting what we know and modifying it to sound more American. That's going to help you get to where you need to get to faster and with confidence. This is no longer a guessing game. That's why I created the sound map system. It's something that you have that's physical and it's in front of you that you can rely on to create these sounds. And again, the only way this is going to work, as I say to all of my clients, is you got to practice it like going to the gym. It's like a workout regimen over and over, because by the end of this, I need you to feel pain here in your soft palates and your tongue. That's a good thing. That means you're working your muscles, creating sounds your body's not used to, leaving your comfort zone into the American ooh, o. Now down below I have the link to my 5-star best-selling accent reduction course that is taking the world by storm. It's got 5-star reviews from all over the world, best-selling, so you could see how this system, this new sound map system, is changing people's lives, making them attain their dreams, making something attainable versus scary, okay? You have something to say, it's important. Don't let your accent hold you back. A little personal story. How I got into this is because my dad, being Latino, struggled as an immigrant here talking to people. And I remember a specific moment when he was at the pharmacy asking a pharmacist for a specific medication he needed for my baby sister. And I was very young. And the way the pharmacist looked at my dad like he was from another planet because of his accent really affected me. And I still have that memory in my brain. And this is why I'm out to help you master the American accent so we can be confident, move forward, take the world by storm.